One is a dynamite dual threat on the football field. The other is Sam Jackson. Actually, I think I might have gotten that mixed up. Mike Stine, Sam Jackson on the set. Guys, thanks you so much for joining me. We appreciate you coming on. And I know you guys are disheartened the fact that you don't have football right now. But, Coach, I want to start with you. The fall season is right now scheduled to be played in the spring. There were rumblings that maybe with the neighboring states having some football that it would come to Illinois. Those were shot down not only by the governor but by Craig Anderson of the IHSA. Reactions to that as a coach?
Yeah, I mean, it's, obviously it's disheartening that, right now it doesn't look like we're going to play in the fall. We're still hoping, there's still time. We feel that if a decision could be made and changed in the next week to 10 days, there's still time to get a season in. We as football coaches are, trying to stand up and let our voices be heard and try and fight for these kids. And, if not, again, we'll play by the rules that are put in front of us, and we'll be prepared and ready to go in February.
In that vein, what would a football season look like if you could somehow get the decision made where you get going in maybe October?
Yeah, I mean, some of us coaches have got together and kind of put a plan in place, and we feel we really need a window of about 12 weeks. Two weeks to 10 days for a preseason, a 6 or 7 week regular season, and then we feel like you really, if you want to have an elimination tournament, you need to have 4 weeks where you can put 16 team brackets together. You'd have to have multiple classes, and there's multiple ways you could do that to play. So we feel 12 is the minimum number of weeks that we would need. 13 would be optimal. Normally we play with a 16, 17 week season.
Now, Sam, I'm sure you're itching to you're on the football field in a loose term with practice.
Right.
You're not you are a quarterback, so you're not getting hit.
Right.
So that hasn't changed either because it's non-contact right now. But how excited were you for football? How excited are you for football to return?
I was pretty excited. I mean, as far as last year, I feel like this year I had something to prove, and the team definitely had something to prove. And I feel like everybody on our team this year, we put like our blood, sweat, and tears into the off season. So I was actually pretty excited about the upcoming season. But I still have hope for the upcoming season. If we have a season in the spring, then it's just time to work hard and get to it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. 90% of the results that you have in season are a result of the off season work.
Yes, it's true.
So what has changed for you as a player now looking ahead if things remain the same if you have a season in the spring?
Honestly, just my mindset. Everything has changed. I mean, I just take it as I get more time to develop myself and my team. So me being a leader of the team, I get way more time to bring us closer together, me to put in more work, and it'll just show in the season. So
what does that look like right now with the social distancing and the all the guidelines?
I mean, it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes some time to get used to. We got to wear masks under our helmets and stuff like that. But when you love the game of football, you do whatever to play. So
right. The practices that you guys have put in place to keep athletes safe, can you kind of review those and go over what they look like?
Yeah, I mean, we have a set protocol that our school district has put in front of us, and we started in June with our summer camps where there's a questionnaire that the kids fill out. There's a temperature check, and if they fail or have any red flags in either of those, then they're sent home. Cleanliness, we're spraying equipment down at practice in the weight room. We're trying to follow all the protocols and guidelines the best that we can.
A lot less stinky jerseys, I'm guessing, this year, right?
We hope so.
Coach, this upcoming season, you obviously wanted to build off what you had last year. You had a dynamic offense, and you had an opportunity to go deep into the playoffs. What did it look like this year coming in?
Well, I mean, we learned a lot last year. We were a young team last year, and really, Sam's one of the leaders of that team. And, this group has worked extremely hard in the offseason. A lot of their offseason reminds me a lot of the 2013 team, the things that they did, the closeness that they had, and the willingness that they had to work together. And we were in every morning at 6 o'clock until March 13th, and we left that on the board for about 2 months. That was our last workout when we got closed down. And when we were able to come back the middle of June, this group has worked extremely hard, and they have high expectations just like every year. But this group, I think, really believes if we get an opportunity to play, we can make a run and be as good as anybody in the state and try and win another state championship.
Now, I don't know if you know this, Sam. I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3. I was talking to Coach before the season. This is when you just came in. And he goes, I've never seen a kid throw this way. He can throw the football farther than most from his knees. And then on top of that, you're playing wide receiver that year because you have Peyton Thorne.
Right.
So, I mean, dynamic skill set. Trying to find yourself as a quarterback, because it's got to be kind of hard, isn't it?
I would say so. I feel like viewing my tape last year, it might look like I like to run first, but I actually like to pass first.
Yeah.
I'm really just a playmaker. Like, I like to extend plays, but if I don't have to extend the play and I have to pass from the pocket, I can do that 100%.
So what things are you working on right now to make yourself better as a quarterback?
I would say being more aware in the pocket, because sometimes I like to get elusive because that's just my skill set. That's just how athletic I am, like, naturally.
Yeah.
I would say probably passing from the pocket more than I did last year, because sometimes I just got to be aware of what's around me, and sometimes I can get throws off from the pocket instead of just extending the play. So
it's easy for somebody in my position to say, this guy doesn't have very good pocket awareness.
Right.
He's not feeling the heat very well. Well, I'm not getting chased by 250-pound guys. And, but what does it take to feel that pressure? Because it's almost like this sixth sense that quarterbacks have. When somebody's coming from the blind side and you just go, it's time to go.
Right. It's kind of just film, honestly. Like, sometimes you just got to study tendencies and stuff like that. But in the game, sometimes you're not even thinking about that, because you have these huge linemen coming your way and you got to read the defense as the play is going on. So it's just a sixth sense, like you said. So
it's like the Spider-Man tingle. You gotta get the hair in the back of your neck going. Now, Coach, you've had a string of quarterbacks, including Sam, that are just special talents. How have you got? Well, first of all, how have you gotten so fortunate? But then also, how have you molded these guys to make sure that you're tapping into that potential? Yeah,
we've been extremely blessed over the last 10, 20 years. You can go way back to Chris Petrangeli and Jason Jones back in the mid '80s, and I think a lot of it it's kind of a tradition, and they get to learn from each other. Sam learned a lot from Peyton. We have a really good young quarterback right now, Owen Prucha, who's learning a ton being around Sam each and every day, and they all work together extremely well. We demand a lot of our quarterback. We give our quarterback a lot of leeway. It's not easy. Our offense has a lot of reads every play, multiple reads, run reads, pass reads, and it's we've been very fortunate to have some great players there.
Guys, thank you so much for hopping on. We appreciate you taking the time and coming on over. I know you got practice later on as well, so we appreciate the intermission.
Thanks.